Welcome to Hobby Crochet Club. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I crochet this beautiful winter sweater. And this is loose fitted sweater that I crochet for myself. And I really love the way that it turns out. It's really beautiful and I love this beautiful stitch. And also these beautiful colors. So this is the same yarn which came with all these beautiful colors. So let me show you the yarn that I used to crochet this sweater. So this is the yarn I used to crochet this sweater, and it has all these beautiful colors in a single piece like this. So you don't have to change the colors on your sweater. You can straight work with these beautiful colors in single ball. So this is 100% import wool and weight is 50 grams per ball and length is 180 meters per ball. So to crochet this sweater I used 6 of these balls. So each ball contains 180 meters. So that is about the yarn, and to crochet this sweater I used 3.5mm crochet hook, and you also gonna need some stitch markers and a yarn needle and a pair of scissors. So that's all you're gonna need to crochet this sweater, and let's begin with our work. Before that, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to receive notifications for my upcoming videos. And let's begin with this beautiful sweater. Okay, so to begin, we should work chains multiple of 6 plus 2. So here I have made 102 chains, which is multiple of 6, and now I'm going to work 2 more chains, 1, 2, and we are going to begin with row 1. To begin row 1, we are going to work 1 double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So skip the first 3 chains and yarn over, insert the hook into the 4th chain and work a double crochet, and we are going to work a double crochet into each chain stitch across. So in this case we will count this skipped chain 3 as a double crochet. So end of the row I will have total of 102 double crochets. Okay, so here I'm done working double crochets all the way, and we are going to begin the next row. For that, work chain 3 and turn your work and skip the next stitch. So we will be skipping the very first stitch and skip the next stitch, and we are going to work into the 3rd stitch here. If you count from here 1, 2 and 3, so we are going to work into the 3rd stitch, yarn over, insert the hook into the 3rd double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and now yarn over and pull through everything. Then chain 2 and yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and now yarn over and pull through everything. So we are done with the first stitch cluster like this, and we are going to repeat this all the way. So skip the next 2 stitches and we are going to work into the next stitch. So skip 2 and work into the next stitch. So yarn over, skip 1, 2, insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through everything. Then chain 2 and yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now yarn over and pull through everything. And we are going to repeat this all the way. So skip 2 and work into the next stitch. Skip 2 and work into the next stitch, and we will be repeat this until we reach to the end of this row. So here I'm at the end of row 2, and at the end here this is my last stitch. So skip 2 and work into the next stitch, chain 2 and work back into the same stitch. So this is my last stitch here, and I have 3 more stitches left here, double crochet. So skip the 1 and 2, skip 2 and work 1 double crochet into the last stitch. So the last stitch is chain 3. So work into the top of the chain 3 a double crochet to finish row 2. And we are going to begin row 3. For that, work chain 3 and turn your work. And now we are going to repeat the same thing as we did on row 2. But in this time we will be working into this chain 2 space in the middle of each stitch. So yarn over and insert the hook into the chain 2 space here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through everything. Chain 2, yarn over again, work into the same stitch, just like this, and move into the next stitch. Here we are going to work into the chain 2 space. So we are going to repeat this way until we get total of 32 rows for the front panel. So which means 32 rows of these rows. So I count this as first row and second row like this. So we did not count the double crochet row. If you count the double crochet row as your first row, it will be total of 33 rows for your front panel. And for the back panel, we are going to work 42 rows of this without any changes, straight work 42 rows. If you count the double crochet row as your first row, it will be total of 43 rows for the back panel and 33 rows for the front panel. So when you're done 33 rows for the front panel, I will be back and show you how to shape the neck opening. And for back panel, we straight work 43 rows and without any changes on that. Okay, so here I'm working on the front panel and I did total of 32 rows for the front panel without the double crochet row in the beginning here. If I count with the double crochet row, it's total of 33 rows. Without it, it's 32 rows. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shaping for neck opening. So for that, I'm gonna count the stitches from the beginning here and mark the center stitch and place the stitch marker on the center stitch. So for that, I'll be start counting from here. So this I will count as one cluster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 33 of them and I'm going to mark the center stitch, which is this one. So the 17th stitch going to be the center stitch. So apart from that stitch, I have 16 stitches onto this side and 16 stitches onto this side. So this is the center stitch. And now I'm going to work until I reach to this stitch marker. So I'm not going to work into the stitch marker stitch and I will be stopped from here. Then I will show you the rest. Okay, so here after I mark the center stitch, I have worked the neck opening, shaping the neck opening here on this side. And now I'm going to show you how I did it on this side. So it's same goes for both sides. So I'll be showing you on this side. So for that, I'm going to work from here to stitch marker as usual. And when I reach to the stitch marker, I will show you what we are going to do in the stitch marker stitch. So work from here to stitch marker as usual. Okay, so here I have worked all the way until I reach to the stitch marker stitch. And now I'm going to do half of this stitch into the stitch marker stitch. So we are going to work half stitch like this. So yarn over, insert the hook into the center stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through everything just like this. Then I'm going to work chain 3 and turn my work and work back on this way as usual. So turn the work and just work as usual way from here until you reach to the end of this row. And when you reach to the end of this row, start the next row and continue work until you get into here. And when you get into here, I will show you again. So I have finished the row 2 and begin row 3 and I have worked back into here. So in here at the last stitch, we are going to work a half stitch into that very last stitch here. So this is the very last stitch. And I'm going to work half stitch into that very last stitch. So yarn over, insert the hook into the chain 2 space here on the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through everything. Just like this we did half stitch. And now here I'm going to work a double crochet to finish this row. So yarn over and insert the hook into the chain 3 space here. On top of that, work a double crochet to finish this row. Then chain 3 and turn your work and work back as usual, row 4. So for row 4 we are repeating row 2, and again for row 5 we will be repeat row 3. So we are going to repeat row 2 and 3 until we get total of 10 rows for the shoulder part here, as I did on this side here. As you can see, I did 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 rows, total of 10 rows for shoulder and neck opening here. So now here I'm beginning row 4. For row 4 I'll be repeat row 2, yarn over and insert the hook into the stitch here. So here we have the half stitch, so we are not going to work anything into that. We will straight work into the full stitch here and continue work as usual. So when you finish row 4, begin row 5 and work back until you get into here. And when you get into here, work half stitch into the last stitch and work a double crochet on top of this chain 3 and continue. Repeat this until you get total of 10 rows. Okay, so here I have work on both sides, and this is the shoulder line and this is on this side, and here is the neck opening. So this is the front panel. So now I'm done with front panel, and I also have work on the back panel, and this is the back panel, which is just working 42 rows without any changes. So now both panels are ready, so I'm going to join them together and weave them on the shoulders. So let's lay the back panel on the table. So this is the right side of the back panel, and grab the front panel and place it on top of the back panel. So this is the right side of the front panel, so both right sides facing together, and we are going to weave on the shoulder here. So I'm going to grab some stitch markers and clip them together. So we're gonna weave them this way until here. So this is the wrong side, so we are weaving them on wrong side, and do the exactly same thing on the other side here. And I'll be back when I'm done weaving the shoulders together, and then we can move on to the sleeves. Okay, so working on the shoulders is done. So I have weaved the both shoulders, and now we are going to move on to the sleeves. So for sleeves, here I'm going to count from the shoulder line 20 rows below. So start from shoulder line into this side, which is the front panel. Count 20 rows below. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. So this is the 20th row, and I have placed the stitch marker on the row 20th. Start count from the shoulder line here. And so this is front, and for the back I'm gonna do the same. Start from the shoulder line, count 20 rows below and place the stitch marker on row 20th. So this is where gonna be the sleeves. So I will begin from here and work all the way until the next stitch marker here. So in here 20 rows, in here 20 rows, I have 40 rows total. So now I'm going to attach the yarn into this stitch marker place. So grab the yarn and make a slip knot. Remove the stitch marker. Insert the hook, yarn over, bring it through, and join the yarn into here. So I'm going to place 2 single crochet into each row. So in this row I will place 2 single crochet, in this row 2 single crochet, here 2 single crochet, and all the way so on I will place 2 single crochet into each row. So I have total of 40 rows, so it will be 80 single crochet all together. So here place 1 single crochet and 1 more single crochet in the same row. Into the next row 2 single crochet. So I'm working on right side of my sweater. So place 2 single crochet into each row all the way till the next stitch marker, and I'm carrying the yarn tail underneath. Okay, so here I'm done working single crochet row. And now I'm going to begin with the next row. For that, work chain 3 and turn your work. Then skip the first stitch here. So the very first stitch is where that I place the chain 3 and skip the next stitch, and we are going to work into the next stitch here. So skip one and insert the hook into the next stitch. So before that, yarn over and insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert the hook into the same space, yarn over, pull through. So we are going to work the same way as we did on the front and back panels. Then chain 2 and work back into the same space. And yarn over, skip the next 2 stitches, 1 2, insert the hook into the third stitch and we're gonna work in that stitch. Again skip 2 and work into the next stitch. So we will be working like this as we did on the front and back panels until we get the desired length for the sleeves. Skip 2 and work into the next stitch. So I'll be working like this back and forth until I get the desired length for the sleeve. Then I'll be back and show you. So you can decide the length of your sleeves. You can wear this sweater and try to figure out how long you're gonna work on the sleeves. Okay, so here I'm done working on sleeve and I did 15 rows for sleeve, and now I'm going to clip them together from here all the way to the down here, and we are going to weave all the way on the sleeve here and under armhole and straight work down here. So let's clip them together with stitch markers. So this is the wrong side of my work and I'm going to clip them. Clip them all the way. And on the side seam here. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. After that, I'm going to weave on both sides. Okay, so here I'm done weave on the side of the sweater and also on the sleeve here on both sides. So this is how it's look finally, and I hope you guys like this. So this is the end of this tutorial, and I hope you guys like this tutorial. Don't forget to give a thumbs up to this tutorial if you like it, and you can follow me on other social media by clicking the links below in the description box. Thank you for watching me.